Batteries, something pretty important that you're going to have to think about during a bike build, and definitely something to consider after you've stripped your bike down, what battery you want to use. So let's talk about it, or more specifically, let's talk about ballistic batteries. Now, there are a lot of brands out there. Personally, I like Ballistic for a few reasons. I like the company, really approachable company. You can ask them anything and they'll give you an answer. So I've been talking to the guys over at Ballistic over the last couple of weeks, and they've given me some really handy tips, stats and advice on their batteries. Now, of course, as it goes, you're not going to find the mother of all battery, the one battery that's going to do absolutely everything you want to do. So there are going to be some compromises here and there. What I do like about Ballistic is their honesty. They say up front that this battery might not be for a few people out there. So let's get the cons out of the way first. This battery will not work in severe cold weather. So if you live in the middle of Antarctic and it's minus whatever, this battery will not work sufficiently for you. This battery won't work with positively charged bodies either. So negative charge only. That's going to affect how your battery is recharged. Unless you want to completely rewire your entire bike to be negative and all the ball ache and everything that goes along with that, this battery is not for you. And also, this battery is not for you if you rely on heavy loads. So say if you've got a constant immobilizer or an alarm or something that drains a lot of juice over time, this is not for you. Which makes it perfect for what I want to do. There is one little caveat that you've got to think about. Ballistic advise that this battery isn't for pre-1980s bikes, which puts my 78 Suzuki in that category. But there's a way around it. Make sure that you have a new updated regulator. That way you'll be sure that you don't melt your battery when you're charging it up. So bear that in mind. If you are going to put this battery in a pre-1980 bike, then you are going to have to look at your electrics. It's not going to be a plug and play as it is for most bikes that are over that age. So with all the negatives out of the way, positives. This battery is light. It is really light and it's tiny. This is the Evo 2 8 cell. So there are different categories for the Evo batteries. The Evo 2, which I have here, and the Evo 3. Evo 3 batteries are bigger in size, so they're more accurate in size to what you're replacing. So for what we builders need, the Evo 2 is the perfect one for you. This is an Evo 2 battery, it's an 8 cell, and I've been told by the guys at Ballistic that this does have enough power to actually turn your starter, which is what you need. Until a couple of weeks ago, I was under the illusion that you needed a 12 cell, but no, they've assured me that this is what this battery is for. It can easily turn over a 550 engine, no problem. So let's talk technology. This is a lithium iron phosphate battery, so they call it a LiFePO 4, so it's lithium iron phosphate, 4 phosphates. Now, this technology is what they consider to be green technology, which means that you can ship this. You can post it out, you can fly it over. It is safe to do all that. It doesn't come with all the nastiness that you have with sending batteries through the postal service, all sorts. So it's brilliant for that. Inside this, they use a spherical cell configuration, which I've been told makes it more resilient and more shockproof, which is brilliant for transporting it around. And if you do have it in a bike and you're going over some bumps and whatnot, this is going to be good for you. So motocross, enduro, speed bumps in the UK, all good for this. This comes in different sizes, so you've got the 4 cell, you've got the 8 cell, you've got the 12 cell, all sorts. So if you go on the website, you can see what battery does what, but for what we want to do, this is perfect. Size, you can compare this to a lead acid battery and it's tiny for exactly the same thing that you're getting. And it's also a lot lighter as well. You can throw this around in the air and you can store this horizontally, vertically, upside down, whichever way you want, and it's not going to leak, which is perfect. So the reason I bought this in the first place was because it can actually sit right under my seat cowl here. So if you see here, it goes in there and completely disappears. There's nothing to be seen. Because they use that cylindrical stainless steel cells inside, they've done what they call shrink wrap casing, which makes it even smaller, so you've got no square edges or anything, so you can easily fit that on your bike. At the risk of sounding like an advert for this battery, I do really like it. But charging, Ballistic do advise you to use their own charger. Like with any lithium-ion batteries, you can use most chargers, but for peace of mind they do recommend you to use their own. And understandable as well. If you're using the technology that's been built for the battery, then you're not going to have any problems. I've seen a picture of someone who's nailed this battery to a plank of wood, or screwed it with a screw right through the middle, which obviously renders the battery useless. So make sure that you strap it in safely if you are going to do that. So I'll just quickly show you now how I've installed this into my bike. You can see here that I've created just a little bracket to fit this here. So the battery will literally slide in there. These two prongs that I've created go either side of these holders, and then these at the side just squeeze it in. Now that is not going to go anywhere. Now with the seat cowl on top of it, that creates that extra snug fit, and the top of the cowl actually pushes down on the back of the battery there. So this battery is not going to go anywhere. You can, if you want, put a strap around that, so you can put two little brackets each side if you wanted to, and then put either a bungee or a leather strap or whatever you want on that. But as this is now, this is fine, and you can actually mount it like I have done here, where it's upside down. Just to wrap it all up, I hope I've answered everyone's questions about this battery. There has been a lot of questions asked from time to time whenever my videos feature this battery, so that's all from me. Hopefully I've answered all your questions about this battery here. If you have any more questions about anything else on this channel, then please leave a comment, and I guarantee you I will answer it to the best of my ability. Next week I'll be starting on the 6500, so that's probably the video that most people are looking out for. The GS550 again is nearing completion, so there'll be a video about that the following week. So if you want to see those, then don't forget to subscribe.